Hey guys, it's brother in Christ Weston. Thanks for joining me today. Today's article comes out of End Times Headlines. Let's get into it. Okay, guys, I am in a different part of my house because my mother-in-law is coming in, and so she's going to be in our office, and I had to move the whole setup for just a little while. So let's read. It says here, experts reveal Iranian sleeper agents are going to strike next. We talked about this. We talked about this quite a bit. That um, this would be a possibility that this would happen because supposedly there are quite a few, but this is obviously we have a ceasefire as well. So will this happen? Will this not happen? Who knows? Let's read. It says here, a former FBI boss warned that Americans remain vulnerable to a terrorist attack by pro-Iran militants. It could be people that are like not Iranian, but like wanting to support Islam in some sense, right? Who entered the U.S. during the Biden, okay, yeah, open Biden Arab open borders period. Chris Swecker, an assistant FBI director in 2000s, believes that Hezbollah, an Iran-linked group, snuck sleeper agents into the country while southern borders were swamped with migrants. The threat, he said, was a myriad from a lone gunman shooting up a crowd with an assault rifle to mass casualties attacks akin to the orchestrated by Hamas in southern Israel, October 7th, 2023. I can't believe that's 2 years ago, bro. That does not feel that long. Crucially, Swecker warned that the operatives could strike in the U.S. without any direct orders from Hezbollah. Oh, okay. Headquarters in Lebanon or Iran, despite a ceasefire coming into effect. Well, you're answering all of our questions. I think there's a clear and present danger in the greatest terrorist threat in the post 9/11 era, Swecker told the Daily Mail. He spoke after Donald Trump announced a ceasefire between Iran and Israel, ending a 12-day marked war, unprecedented hostilities. Israel launched its bombing campaign and surprise attack on June 13th, killing senior Iranian officials and destroying nuclear facilities. The U.S. also targeted 3 nuclear sites on Sunday. Tehran retaliated with waves of missiles that pierced Israel's defenses in large numbers, saying that 610 people were killed and nearly 5,000 injured in Iran. Israel reports 28 deaths. Wow. Wow. That's up. I mean, just numbers alone, that's a big win for Israel, a big loss for Iran. Swecker said that the U.S. must remain on high alert of the ceasefire because any sleeper cells or radicalized militants could strike, even if the attack did not serve the interests of Iran or its proxies. Okay, that makes sense. It's not rational. There's nothing to be gained by going out killing Americans, shooting up shopping malls or sporting events, or driving a truck through a parade. But they're not rational. They're religious fanatics, and they wouldn't necessarily need a direct order from the mothership in Lebanon. Swecker said that Hezbollah, a political party Qum militia in southern Lebanon, and other Iran-linked groups have, for decades, run fundraising operations in the U.S. They've likely slept. They likely slept. Slipped sleeper agents across the lax southern border during the President Joe Biden's administration. He added, as the head of prosecution effort in North Carolina in the early 2000s, Swecker said he identified agents of Shiite militia in the Michigan, Kentucky, and Canada. He feared that more members entered in among the 2 million gotaways who crossed border undetected among the 1,000 Iranian nationals that Swecker said were let in under Biden's watch. Wowzers, that is a mouthful, bro. Okay, so what are my thoughts? My thoughts are we talked about this. We have always talked about this, about how um, this could happen, but I didn't know that it could like happen with like not a direct order. So just people who are just militant in general, religious fanatics who do not care about, I guess there are other factions or proxies or other people who they communicate with about, if it's a Shiite militia or something like that. Um, who are just radicals in that sense and want to do it anyways on their own accord. That would hurt the Iran or Israel ceasefire because I'm sure there would be people would start to say that like discredit it, and we would probably say that like, hey, this is how can we trust Iran kind of situation. Iran is saying this, but how do we know that's true, right? Anyways, um I don't know what's going to come of this, but this is still a point of contention for me that I'm just watching and paying attention to. And you should too, because if something does happen, people are going to blame Iran. and it's going to be real hard to not want to do that because of what the name they're doing it in, right? Peace in the Middle East. Who would want to disrupt that and try to like disrupt those efforts? So it would be hard, and I hope it doesn't happen. I just don't know what's going to happen. So I wanted to go over this because I didn't know some of this information, and it's good to know in case it does happen and there are radical factions that will operate lone wolf style outside of their, their group or this conglomerate of radical Islam, Houthis, stuff like that, Hamas, who want to see the big Satan go down kind of situation, right? So, anyways, guys, that's the video. If you like the video, be sure to like the video. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.